not a spring chicken. Yes, we'd love to be outside where the sun is shining. Well, except with water rationing here in Southern California, you can only water 2 days a week, and everyone seems to be watering at the same time. Sometimes if you water late, then it's still wet in the morning. Really wet. So anyway, we're going to bring Oldecam on for comments on the headlines of today. Afghan blast kills... Oh, wait a minute. Oh, I need you to do it a little bit later. Afghan blast kills 4 GIs in deadliest month for U.S. forces.
Well, yeah, it's going to continue that way. They know that we're leaving Afghanistan in a year. Gates has said if we don't show any gains, we're going to have to reconsider, which means they're pulling out, pure and simple. In 1 year, the Americans are leaving, just like they're leaving Iraq.
They were planning on pulling out anyway.
Obama needs the money in 210.
Oh, that's right, because of its health care and cap and trade and everything else.
And stimulus and all that stuff.
Obama challenges GOP critics on health care.
Well, he won't listen to them. I mean, they have tried to talk to the man. He's set on his plan, and he's totally inflexible. No matter what he is saying on television, he's totally and absolutely inflexible.
Well, it's almost like they're saying that it's more important to pass one, not what it does.
Well, yeah, they're referring to him, as they said, the people no longer know, they no longer believe that he's the chosen one, but they are believing, you know, do it now even if it's not done right. That's what they're referring to him, as Mr. Do It Now even if it's not done right.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't know if Nike's happy with that Just Do It campaign right now.
Yeah. Well,
yeah.
They'll probably sue like Jackson Brown did, like the
what?
Republicans. He settled out of court today.
Who did?
Jackson Brown
for
over
what?
the use of his music in a Republican campaign.
Well, didn't they hire him?
No, they bought the rights to use the music, and then he sued him for using it. I would have countersued him. I would have sued him for everything the gentleman had, because when you sell your rights to be used, if you don't specifically say they can't be used on a political campaign or for advertisements like the Beatles, it can be used anywhere you want to use it.
That's right.
Is what you pay for the license for.
That's right. Well, what good is licensing? I love this one. Japan's, because this is so odd, Japan's PM dissolves parliament and calls for national elections. What in the world is going on?
Because he had a vote of no confidence. He's got parliamentary governments. If you have a vote of no confidence, you dissolve the government. And they have to have new elections in 30 days.
So basically, nobody's running Japan?
Well, they're running the country, but since the country wasn't being ran to begin with, which is why they had a vote of no confidence, they pulled the plug on it.
Mm. Key Guantanamo report on detainee policy delayed 6 months.
Oh yeah, nobody wants him. Mr. I know more than anybody else, and the Democrats know that we can handle this problem immediately. Can't find anybody in the world that wants to take those people, which is why they're still sitting there.
Which is why they were having that problem in China.
That's right, because they turned the Uyghurs loose within a couple of weeks after the Uyghurs being turned loose. The Chinese government said they were using the Bermuda as a base of operations to wage war on China.
I think he's discovering why they didn't close it before.
Right.
Analysis, U.S. healthcare overhaul to take nearly 10 years.
Yeah, okay. This morning the estimate was that 50 million more are going to be uninsured when this program starts than are currently insured, because the companies are going to drop the private health care plans to sign up with a government health care plan, which won't be actually in the full running capacity for 5 years, which means for about 5 years, people aren't going to have insurance, period. I mean, are they going to have worse quality than they do now? But don't worry. By the end of the 10-year period, you'll you'll have most of the people that are insured now that are losing their insurance back on insurance again, but you'll still have more than half of the people that are uninsured currently not insured.
What a mess.
Cost you more.
What a mess.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's like going back to the Super-O. He's realizing that it takes time to get these things done. Well, you're overhauling the system.
His computer, no, it takes no time. A complete imbecile could put it together tomorrow. I can put it together, and I'm actually way old enough to be a father. You have Medicare, you have Medicaid, you have Social Security.
Well, but part of
it takes an instant to go flip a switch.
Well, that's if you're redoing it that way. The way he's planning on doing it, you can't do it that way.
because it's more important to do it than to do it right. Most of the people in Congress with half a brain than they would be could do it simply by switching people from Medicare or Medicaid or social. They have the names of everybody.
They have the names of everybody already.
All it takes is just the time it takes to feed them from one computer program to another. That's it.
And they just have to develop that program.
Yeah, but they haven't even started.
Yeah, Clinton makes gains on India defense deals, spars over climate.
Okay, here's where the big BS. They said that basically they're all talk and nothing because the United States has offended the Indian government and they are pissed off at us. So to say that we're making gains, they had a deal 2 days ago. Now they're just making gains.
What did we do to offend them? Oh, that's right, because they're trying to push global warming down their
throats, and they don't care about what we're doing. I mean, Al Gore is not welcome in India.
Well, and I also love the part that we're going to pay because we've...
We need to be punished, they said. That's what Hillary Clinton said. We need to be punished for our evil sins.
And so we're going to pay for China's pollution, and we're going to... this is ridiculous.
We're going to pick up the cost of China, and that the people in our Congress didn't know that Obama was going to do either.
This is ridiculous.
Yeah. Well, because they can't afford to do it because they're a developing nation. So we're going to pay them. We're going to give them money to pollute, which we're already giving them money because we're borrowing money. Now we're going to give them money to help them pollute for the next 15 years or so.
It does not...
It's just how Obama works.
That's right. Let's spread our wealth to everybody else.
Well, they estimated last night that our country will be bankrupt in a year under Obama. Isn't that amazing? They said we'll be California in 1 year.
And actually, you don't want to be like that because we see all the changes that are happening here.
Yeah, like the watering when you can get away with it.
Yeah. Deal reached to close California's $26 billion budget deficit.
Yeah, but what they did was they didn't cut enough and they put most of it off into another time again. They just did smoke and mirrors. And they're all going to be sued about everything. So teachers are suing them, hospitals suing them, everybody's suing them.
Oh, sheesh. Democrats say tax hit and health plan goes too far.
Well, yeah. Pelosi put it up to $1 million a family. And Obama put it back down that says that there's going to be a surcharge for your plan, and you have to understand you're going to have to share the pain. This means everybody's going to get hit, which everybody knew. He's telling you now everybody's going to be taxed to pay for it.
Share the pain, baby.
That's it, except for unions.
Oh.
Right. It says unions occupy very little space in our map at the moment. They're not going to get hit, except through having to pay higher fees for everything they do.
Study, earthquake, tsunami, potential high. And that's illegal, isn't it? By selectively...
it is against the law, but then they don't pay it...
they don't pay attention to the laws anymore.
Our laws are no longer the same under Obama.
Study, earthquake and tsunami, potential high on the U.S. West Coast.
Yeah.
Ooh.
We've always known that. You should see tsunami things are like 4 or 5 miles inland.
Really?
Yeah, when you drive down the beaches and you drive down the streets, you see the tsunami.
Oh, that's tsunami warnings, right?
Right, they tell you not to be there if the tsunami's coming. Go further.
Black scholar's arrest raises profiling questions.
No, okay, everything you do is racial profiling.
Oh,
they don't. If it's a white person that fits it, it's not racial profiling.
Oh, U.S. can't afford delay on health care, Obama says.
Well, I don't know why. They said it took 1.5 years of study on Medicare and they couldn't get it right. Doing it in 8 days, how are they going to get it right? Oh, that's right. He has 7 days to get it done as of today.
Ooh.
7 days. Doesn't that remind you of something?
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Yeah. And with that, a Monty Bubbleism from the Mark Twain of the Animal Kingdom.
It's simple. If Obamacare is so good, why is not he, his family, his staff, their family members in Congress, and all their staff and family members signed up for Obamacare?